Garment is a magazine made by the Amsterdam Fashion Institute, and this latest issue is, I think, a brilliant example of the stuff that student magazines can do so well. So every year they produce an issue of this magazine. Every year it focuses on a different item of clothing, and this issue is the t-shirt issue. And I think each year you can see a kind of one-upmanship with the students trying to do better than the years that have gone before. So the concept this time is t-shirts are massively underappreciated, and you only really appreciate things when they're gone. So what would it be like if t-shirts disappeared? So this side of the magazine has t-shirts, and then you flip it over and this side of the magazine has no t-shirts. And so you see here she is not wearing a t-shirt. There are lots of different concepts for how you don't show t-shirts. So for example, the legs. But the magazine really comes into its own when you open it up like this and you get this extra long version which folds out into like a quadruple page spread, which is, as you can see, very, very difficult for me to do. So there we go. That's the introduction, and then we get this like editor's letter with this nice effect with like the playing cards. The whole thing is just totally impractical. There's no way that you can sit and read a magazine like this. Let me see if I can find that spread with the legs earlier. There we go. But actually, so what it means is that you end up reading this magazine, there we go, like, you know, if you can put it on a surface you can read it like this, but more like, well, the way that I found myself reading it was almost as this sort of call and response, where so I you know, read this piece here and then I'd find the corresponding story here, and it just creates lots of like nice little routes through the magazine. You can tell that they've had like a huge amount of fun making this. It is completely ridiculous, it's completely crazy, but they've genuinely made like a really fun and enjoyable magazine. And you know, you can't just sit in a chair and flip through it very easily, but I quite like that. And I like the fact that, I mean, you could only do this as a student magazine. There's no other way that you could make this happen. Like, they've spent a lot of money on the production, they've got a completely crazy idea behind it, and I think they've done a brilliant job of executing on that idea.